The term military analyst is not a legally protected term. It's not like doctor. It's more like economist. You know, any asshole can start calling themselves one and fart out a vaguely plausible opinion on the current situation.
All right, here's my opinion, topic, current situation, whatever the hell he said. That, yes, that is Laser Pig. If Laser Pig does not like me, I will take it down. But he is. If you guys, it's a different channel. Go check him out, and you got to watch it. The simple graphic editing he does with a pig is pretty freaking hilarious. Anyway, so I had a request. The guy was a spurg. Emails all over the place. I couldn't make it, but there was something that was very important. And I think it is worth sharing. So we're not going to share his individual situation, but I am going to explain something to help advance you guys here, where there is I don't think it is a conscious assumption. I think it is an unconscious assumption, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a wrong assumption. Any time you are wrong in your assumption, you will misdiagnose the problem and you won't be able to solve it. For example, how do we solve poverty? It's like poor people should stop having more kids than you can afford. That's the number one thing. Super hypersonic no, it's discrimination. No, it's evil corporations. No, it's evil rich fat cats. It's like, no, y'all just keep having more kids than you could afford. That's it. So, and we would do, just if you wanted to, you'll never solve poverty, but if you want to severely lessen poverty, we would say stop having kids you can't afford. And we'd make great progress to that because we have accurately diagnosed the problem. And so immense pursuit of women, especially you younger guys, we gotta put this out here. And I can actually see, I'm kind of on a mountaintop I climb to where I could see where women get pissed off. Women are like, we are not objects, although not from a sexual standpoint, but philosophical standpoint. I understand you guys and you boys want to get the girls up. And the red pill, if anything, has been a decades-long meta-study research and analysis. You know, if the Manhattan Project has had nowhere near the resources we have spent on this. And what we've come up with is, okay, here's some things that work, here's the things that don't. And these are all strategies. But one thing where I think a lot of, especially younger people, but get older, you might not see it. One thing that we get wrong is that we approach this problem as if this was a science and there was a mathematical solution. The answer is 42. There we go. Now she's sucking my dick. Oh, it was 42. Einstein, E equals F, squared. Square. There it is. It's squared. We figured it out. Now go make some nuclear bombs. It's not that. And the reason it's not that is because women are not objects. And I get real sick and tired because there's people who are naive and young and don't know any better. And then there's lazy people who absolutely will do anything and everything but hit the gym to become a physically attractive person that gets you to the first stage with women. You won't do that. You want to know about fashion tips and cologne and, the entire beard movement, starting with young millennial hipsters in Brooklyn, started, 2003 to today. You guys are still wearing your beards. Please knock it the fuck off. I mean, some of you can pull it off, but please, if you're not jacked, if you're not in shape, knock it off with the beard. But, just like women get large nails and weaves and fancy dresses, but are fat, disgusting pigs, ain't going to get them the guys. You guys with your beards and your noodly, skinny soy boy arms, that ain't going to get you the girls. So we tell you practically, you need to do these things. But then when it comes to deployment, when you're actually in the field, well, what do I do here? What do I do there? What are the words? What are the magic words? You're either approaching it wrong, thinking women are an algorithm or a software or a formula or a puzzle that once unlocked, now we get the bobs and the jeans and they're bobbing up and down on our dick. Or you're just lazy and you want the cheat codes, which doesn't exist. You're all misdiagnosing it. Women aren't fucking objects. They are not software. They are not puzzles. They are not things. There's not a magic key code. They're not a lock. They're human beings. And the idea that it's just a code or a program or an algorithm won't work on them because they're dynamic. They're changing, not just changing their mind, but it's not as simple as that. What? I'm a 6'2" guy with 6-pack abs, and I make 6 figs, and I said the clever line that Troy Francis now suck dick, now touch peen. They're humans, just like, well, I'm a great guy. I got all this resume. Look at this resume. I got this resume. Why don't I have more friends? You don't approach your friends like that, because men are not objects either. They're human beings. Like, hey, do you like Dungeons and Dragons? And then there's some kind of quirky thing about them. I'm like, oh, nice hat. Did you get that at Walmart? And then the guy says, yes. You say on purpose. And that's how we're humans. We're not fucking robots. And whereas there are some things you can do to statistically increase your chances with women, it's not going to lock it down and guarantee, because here's the other thing. They're human beings too. They have to like you in return. And so you could do everything you can to make your resume the shiniest and prettiest resume in the history of the world. But unless the girl likes you being you, not you being a fucking resume and spin out the program, you're the one who's the robot now. You're the algorithm. Kind of probably gets a little creepy after a while. We're like, oh, I do it. You just like, just be your fuck. And I know this is horrible advice in the past, but after you put in the effort, become a quality man, for the love of God, just be yourself. And see if the girl likes you. Because in the end, I've said this before, and this is a concept I want you boys to get. Women are half the fucking formula. They have agency. They have choice. And after a certain point in time, there's nothing else you could do. Become the best man you could be charming, be funny, be yourself. But then, guys, get this through your fucking head. They got to carry the ball the other half of the way. They got to meet you halfway. They got to invite you upstairs. And there's no amount of strategery or fine-tuning or granular tweaking that's, oh, I opened the door for her, or I nagged her. You're going to go, it's going to make it so much easier for you guys when you realize that women have to make the choice. They have some responsibility. They're not objects. They're human beings. Whether they want it or not, whether they're just, oh my goodness, they're just all damsel in distress. Oh, I can't believe it. In the end, they're the ones that have to invite you back up. They're the ones that have to show up on the date. They're the ones that have to text you back. And you have all the information you need, whether you're going on a date or there's a text or this or that. And okay, you're going to drop her off. This is back in the day, presumably, when you had cars, you would pick up a girl at her place and drop her off. But I know you guys don't have cars and these girls don't have houses. You know, they live it with their parents or whatever. But let's go back. It's 1996. You take your car with your driver's license. You would pick your girl up on a date, and then you're dragging her back to her place, and then there'd be the thing. At that point, now I was pretty good on this. I never asked, oh, can I come up? I never asked if I could come up. Never. I would even, like, on the first day, like, do you give her a kiss on the first day? It's stupid, dumbass conversations we had back then. I wouldn't. I just like, no. And so I'd walk them up to the stoop. This is back in the day. When you become a homeowner at 78 years old, you'll know what a stoop is. Like, oh, that's a stoop. Okay. So the girl would go up on the stoop, and I'd stay at the bottom of the stoop, and I just say, well, have a good night. And then she let herself in. I would never go up on the stoop, because then, oh, creepy. He might kiss me on a date. Oh, horror. Oh, no. And the world blew up because he tried to kiss you on the date. My point is that you should take the very similar approach to getting the girls. Do you want to go out? It's tennis, guys. You hit it to them. They got to hit it back. They have to hit it back. You guys are walking over there, grabbing her hand with the racket in and say, no, hit the ball back, which isn't creepy at all. Hit it back. If it doesn't hit back, throw the racket down and leave. You're done playing. That was the way that game went. Or don't throw it down. I mean, just grab your stuff and go home, because you're not playing anymore. There's no game there. And so once you realize that women are not objects, they are not things, they're not these, if I do this, and then you get pissed. The thing isn't doing the thing. It's not a thing. It has to make a choice. Once you get over this psychotic control of women, like, oh, and realize, hey, guess what? This bitch has agency. She could choose to invite me up. And once you view it from that perspective, like this is a human being that has to make a choice. And if we're going to go on a date, it's going to be kind of, she also has to come halfway. She has to make the choice like, hey, do you want to come up? Or, oh, heaven forbid, ladies, it happened. Everyone, girl would kiss me. That was, oh, Cappy had a little bit of charm and charisma back in his day. Once you realize they are humans just like you, they also have to like you. And I'm not saying they got to initiate the date. They're still women, okay? But if they don't make it easy for you, and for those of you guys out there who have dated a girl who did make it I'm not saying they were easy. I'm saying they made it very clear and easy for you. Hey, Susie, do you want to go on a date Friday night? Yeah, it'd be great. Okay, cool. I'll pick you up at 7. First sign of interest is she's ready at 7. There's none of this, oh, my dog got sick or I have to babysit my nephew. Shannon Rice Lewis, he's got some they're funny, simple videos. My buddy Chad got me on them. And you should go through all, like, you got to look for the titles, but the excuses girls have given them. By the way, girls are going to give you a ton of excuses, but now you have your answer. She's not interested. And it's not that you did something wrong or how did I text too much? Did I text too little? All this nuance bullshit, which there is some veracity to it, but you know what it was? At the end of the day, she's a human being and she didn't want to go out with you. And there's nothing you can do. And but whereas you might be frustrated or angry or rejected or upset, no. You think about this the wrong way. You're liberated. You're free, my good sir. You don't have to waste any more time on that girl. You could get pissed off. She stood me up. Okay, yeah, she stood you up. You wasted your time. But now you know. You don't have to waste another second trying to convince that girl or bother with that girl or anything. You can move on. And whereas I am for all you guys doing the best that you can do, and Troy Francis going out there being proactive, approaching girls and all that, I think you guys would do yourself a huge favor realizing women are human beings, not objects. And when they say they're no, like, okay, good, done with that one. It's not let them come to you. It's they have to come to you. Like I said before, any guy that's dated a girl that really liked him, it wasn't hard. They made it easy. You're texting a girl and you're being flirty and fun. She's texting you back, but she's bored and couldn't care. You're like, there's your answer. Okay, now where women will be a little bit dishonest is they like the attention. They have no intention of going out with you. I get that. But if it ever feels like you're pulling teeth and you hit the ball over, you send a fire right over the net and she kind of lobs it back, or lets it in, picks it up, hits it back. Leave. Move on. She's made her choice. And you will drive yourself mad, wasting a ton of time. Well, do I get cufflinks? Do I coif my hair? What color socks should I wear with my shoes? Replaying it over and over. What could I have done better? Hey, I got an idea. How about she has half the responsibility? It ain't my fault. She just don't like me. And now you could say she's wrong. This is where confidence comes in, where you become the best man you could possibly be. Rich Cooper's book, The Unplugged Alpha, is all about, look, become the best man you possibly can be. Ask a girl out. She says, no, it really probably is her loss, but you don't care. But guys, the other thing that concerns me, and this is where it gets creepy, like legit creepy, is you don't really think they're human. That you're almost entitled. Here's where I will actually be sympathetic with the feminists a little bit. And even that book, Women Don't Owe You Pretty, which is horrible, but the fundamental principle in there, or at least the title, I guess, is girls don't owe you shit. That's another human being. They have to voluntarily want to hang out with you. And that's fine. Do you get pissed off at me if I don't want to go there and I want to go bowling? I don't want to go bowling. Am I like the dick? Do I not have the right to not go bowling? But you guys seem to think, I don't know if it's your sex drive or genetics, but you got to be smarter than your sex drive and genetics. You're not entitled to these girls. Well, and I think it's because you do think they're objects. That it's just a matter of tweaking it this way or tweaking it that way. This obsession with trying to solve this. What, so you can own it? It has finally come home with me and sucked my peen. Wouldn't it be better if it's like, dude, she just showed up. I had a fun day with her and she just showed up in a sexy little outfit and she sucked my peen because she likes you, and she can't like you if you're not yourself. If you're following an algorithm and a procedure yourself, it's over. They can't trust you. They don't get to know you on a human level. But every once in a while, just so you know, guys, the majority, and let's address this as well. For genetic, biological, survival, evolutionary, and more modernly, social conditioning reasons, the vast majority of women are not interested in the vast majority of men. That is a fact. You can't deny it. You can howl at the moon and get pissed off all about it that you want. It doesn't change the fact that they are not physically attracted to you. If there's no physical attraction, and let's be honest, you're not physically attracted to the majority of women either, because most women are fat in the United States anyway. Most men are fat. All right. So they're not physically attracted to you. So in the majority of instances of times, women are going to reject you. That has been what it has been forever. It's nothing personal. It's nothing to do with you. That is how they are wired. You can go ahead and get my latest book. Well, you could get Book of Numbers. You get Myron's book, Why Women Deserve Less. My most recent book, A World Without Men. All right. In all three of those books, it's very clearly made factual. Women are only fractionally interested in men as they are women. And so the default setting, not in 2023 of all times, is men would get rejected the majority of the time. All right. So save your time, save your effort, save your energy. Don't take it personally. Right? But at the same time, if you want to get a girl, if you want to have success, I think realizing that the majority of women are not interested in men, and that once you get that sense, to immediately stop your pursuit, save your resources and energy, and go find another good girl who is going to be receptive, who is going to meet you halfway. That is going to save you guys so much time, money, frustration, anger, and resources. You're going to be in a better mood. And I've seen it. Well, I did this and I did that. What? Knock it off. How about you become a better guy? Right? Not to side with the feminists. I got an idea, guys. How about you become a better guy? How about instead of your whole, and here's where the picture comes in. When you become so desperate to get a girl because you have literally nothing else going on in your life, now that is ownership. Now I've seen this with so many men where instead of focusing on your life and becoming a great plumber or a great engineer and becoming a kayaker or whatever else, you all think that this girl is this magical power tube that you put in the machine and the machine fires up and now your life has purpose, value, meaning. That is the definition of using her as an object. You don't even care about again, it's not that I hate defending women. I like defending the individual and people. That's a human being. And all you are like, here I am, this sucky loser. When I'm obsessed with women. I don't see them for the human beings that they could be. And I need to put them in the, like the science fiction. Oh no, the hyperdrive don't work. We need more crystals. They put the crystal in and now you have a life. No, that is an object you're dependent on her. And frankly, no woman wants to be a slave to a guy like that. You need to realize she is a human. She's not there to make your life whole. You must become an interesting person. You must independent, all that other stuff, self-supporting man, a real man. And you must become an individual, whatever it is that you'd like to be, a character, a colorful individual, a unique person, you yourself. And then a girl will find that attractive and be attracted to you. Just so you know, yes, women will always find a Jack Chad and want to have sex with them, but to find a girl that would be attracted to you, love you, and all that, that's where your personality has to come in. And you better have a great personality. And if you're like, Bob's and Vagine, touch P now, that bitch didn't go. Where's the personality? They can't see it. And so you must develop a character. You must develop a personality. You must go live a life. And then on top of it, you must become all these other things and support yourself, have good finances and all that. You must realize she's a human being, and you must have her be attracted to you, not just physically, but personality-wise, so she trusts you. And once you realize that, and you say, I got my own stuff going on, I don't need a power crystal. If you're going to be in my life, it'll be because you want to be and we have fun together. You're not my slave. You're not a thing. You don't serve this role or capacity or function in my life. And then like now, because really it almost is like, look at my Rolex, bro. Look at my girl, bro. Now I have the girls. It's like, yeah, but you have no life. Those girls will probably run off and cheat on you because you don't have a life. I can't say it enough. Stop putting girls number one in your life. You almost can't. You have to go and put your life number one in your life, and then you will attract the girls. And it's almost like this, you got it ass backwards. Like, I'm going to dedicate and live my life to getting the girls, which means you're desperate, which means you have nothing else going on, and they can smell that. They can smell that desperation. I don't know. You don't have time for this. You don't have time to be playing one-person tennis. You don't have time to be trying to cajole and convince and obligate women to go out. Guys, be in good shape, make some good money, don't commit crime. Well, okay, that'll turn on some girls. But above all else, don't misdiagnose girls. They're not things. They need to be attracted to you. So become an attractive, interesting person. But man, they can, I'll tell you that, they can smell it. They can smell when you have nothing else going on in life, and the only thing is girls, 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 girls. And I guess when you're young and horny, sure. I mean, well, that's why a lot of girls are, girls are already flighty and flaky to begin with. But man, if you want a lot less frustration, if you want a lot less anger, you want a lot less, realize the human beings. Be free at last, free at last. Thank God you're free at last. Okay, I asked her out. She said no. Okay, I don't have to worry about it anymore. The girl, oh, my nephew needs babysitting. Oh, it just happened. Oh, my car broke down. Whatever. Okay, fine, bye. Oh, maybe her car broke down. Oh, okay, how about next week? No, she don't like you. And that's fine. Now you know not to waste any more time with her. And there was nothing you could do, nothing you could tweak, nothing you could change in your strategy, your fashion, or anything like that. It's over. Move on. And just for what, let them come to you. I know. I don't mean you just sit there and do nothing. Nor that you don't ask out girls. But let them, again, they will let you know. It'll be so easy. They'll show up on dates. You say, hey, what are you doing? You want to come over? Yeah, they'll come over. They'll make you food. They'll dress in the cute little lingerie outfits and they have the raincoat thing. I think that was probably the peak moments of my life. Hi, you like this? I do. Wow. You won't have to tell them. But the way you get the girl to do that is that you become a very interesting, attractive person, not only physically, but mentally, and not a desperate asshole who's controlling, who thinks they're a robot. Can I come up there? Like, can I come up? Never ask if you could come up. Never. That's their job. Is you have to ask them out. They have to ask you up. And if they don't ask you up, dude, you can walk away and be free. But then every once in a while, there will be a girl who likes you, and she'll show up with the raincoat and little sexy lingerie outfit, and maybe even bringing some cookies. And it'll be fine. Don't worry. It'll get fucked up somehow. Don't worry. That'll go away too. You want to have kids? No. What's wrong with you just showing up once a week and in the lingerie with the raincoat with the cookies? I think this is a pretty good equal. I think we've achieved our equilibrium. We've achieved cruising speed. Let's do this. Hey, I'm doing it with marriage and children. No, you don't know. This is so much better. And so, guys, stop pulling the teeth. Stop thinking there's some kind of robot. Stop thinking you crossed your wires. Stop thinking, well, maybe if I texted her, 30 minutes late. Guys, you don't have time for that. If you want, I've said it before. I've used it like a sun. There is a certain number of hydrogen atoms that need to accumulate in order for there to be enough gravity and pressure to start a star with nuclear fusion. There's a certain temperature, iron and carbon, I believe, has to be put together at to galvanize and create steel. There is a certain percentage of high quality man with a personality and character you must become that will ignite that process where you are now in the top 10% and the girls are attracted to you. But if you're this 6.5, slightly overweight, little spurgy autistic nerd kid, Bob's and Vagine touch peanut. I did the thing, bro. I took a course. And you don't develop yourself as a character or personality, you're desperate. You'll always be begging and pleading because you view them as objects. You're just trying to go. What else have I got to do? I got an idea. How about stop trying to do and just go live your life and be yourself? And a girl who likes you you'll find that she's a guy kind of like, and then it's just way easier. And now it's all voluntaristic because you've accurately acknowledged the reality of the situation. I hate to call it a problem, but you realize, well, she's a human being and she's either going to like me for my personality or not, on top of my physique. This all presumes, by the way, you're in physical shape and you're physically attractive. All right. You say, well, I'm going to go be myself and I'm going to go raise turtles and make homemade ice cream. And then it's not every girl, but there's going to be a handful of girls like, he raises turtles. Man, he makes his own ice cream. And whatever truly unique human individuality thing, her true human will be wired however it is. She's like, man, I want to have sex with a guy who raises turtles and makes his own homemade ice cream. And she'll be banging at your door with her little lingerie outfit. Like, hey, you want to make some ice cream? You'd be like, yeah, it'll be nice. And then she'll find Tyrone like, well, I thought we had turtles and ice cream. Why could you do that to me? I don't know. Tyrone had a huge dick and he's hotter than you. They won't say that. Or what's probably more common then, especially if you're a younger guy, I want to get serious and fuck this shit up. Like what? With marriage and expensive houses and kids I can't afford? Exactly. Like, oh. The dream doesn't last that long, guys. In case you're wondering, you'll have it for a couple months, and then girls they called it Garage Logic. They call it the FFLF, the female fun limitation factor. Like, oh, things are too fun now. They gotta knock that stuff off with serious adult shit. Lingerie, raising turtles, and homemade ice cream. What a great eye. We're gonna shit all over this, huh? And there you go. And there you have it. But guys, just the takeaway. Women are not fucking robots. All right. You're going to save yourself because they're not robots. That means they have agency, they have responsibility, they have choice. And once you figure it, you could just become the best man you could possibly be, present yourself to them in the form of a date or text or clever conversation, and they're either going to gravitate towards you and want to hang out with you, or they're not. And you need to be very acutely aware of what is and they're not, where it's begrudging texts, no texts at all, flaking, not inviting you up, and you accept it. You got to assess it quickly so you don't waste your time, effort, and energy. But once you figure it out, once it's pulling teeth, you cut your losses and you run. You don't get pissed off. You don't get angry. Just like, that's the way that one went. But But there will be girls, not a girl, there will be girls, if you're physically attractive and you're your own unique personality, you ask girls on it, some are just going to like you. And it's way easier than trying to unlock a puzzle that isn't a puzzle. Link below, I got a couple books and resource. One, the Book of Numbers. If you don't believe, I love how you guys all think like, well, I can get that girl. I just have to do these things and formulas and metrics and variables. It's like, no, right off the bat, 80% of the girls aren't going to find you attractive. Right off the bat. No matter what you do, they're not going to find you attractive. So the Book of Numbers goes through that to show you just how little women are interested in you, which even makes my point further is, well, you better accurately diagnose them as the human beings they are, not objects, because you don't have the resources to go up an uphill battle like that, wasting your time on 80% of gals. The dad you never had, because I know your dad's never taught you this because they themselves didn't know. So there's other things in your life that your dad probably didn't tell you about, like finances, career, and all that. That's, of course, available, link below. And then I think those are the only two I listed. All right. Jess, $5. Oh, hey, it's this gal again. $5. Hi, I have a male stakeholder who's the senior vice president. He got visibly annoyed and changed the subject when my work was complimented. Thoughts? What, dear, you need to give me more detail. I have a male. Look, okay, don't give me this communist, socialist, SJW newspeak. Stakeholder? What's a stakeholder? You mean an employee? Do you mean your boss? Do you mean a client? Don't fucking give me this modern day leftist Democrat talking bullshit. Don't know. There's no stakeholders. There's shareholders. They own the company. What capacity is this person? Who's a senior vice president? He got visibly annoyed and changed the subject when my work was complimented. I need more context here. Are you the employee? Is he your boss? Is he your coworker? What was the project? What do you mean visibly annoyed? Jane Cobb, $2. Remember, if you force it, you will be unhappy. Yep. Alex Patino, truck driving Latino agent in the field. Go to Thailand or the Philippines. You can own 1 or 2 or even 10. Joking, but you will find more gals being receptive to you, though, because the girls want to hang out with you. Now, I don't know, Alex, because you're a Latino, I'm white. So I don't think it's our race. I think if you come from a foreign country or America in general, I'm no doubt sure that money has a lot to play with it. But there, the women are receptive. The women have made the choice that, yeah, I'm going to hang out with the guys from America. I like the men for whatever reason. We don't know, but they do. which is a compelling argument to be a passport pro or to go overseas. Again, the data in the Book of Numbers is for here in the United States. The majority of women do not like the majority of men. You can see charts data. I have it in A World Without. Oh, that's the other link. Yeah, A World Without Men. That was the other link. And it's tooth pulling. And here's the other thing: you would ethically and principally not like to force people or cajole or strong arm people into doing something they don't want to do. Whereas, yeah, go to the place where you're wanted. Like if you land in Thailand or the Philippines or wherever, and the population of women are more conducive or willing to date you, cool. They're willing. I just, I don't think the vast majority of guys don't want to. It just is a pain in the ass. Like, and that's the majority of my dates is you're going on a date with a gal. She just doesn't want to be there. It's like, why don't you fucking just say no? But like you guys, when I was younger, I'm like, oh, I'm going to try this. I'll try that. I'll try and be really good. No, I'm done being the dancing monkey. You either like me or you're not, which is why this concept should, if women are human, they have to make a choice and they have to carry the ball halfway. And then you just like, I don't have to worry about it, man. She just doesn't like my personality. I'm done. Cool. I can go. But it would be interesting sociologically. Oh, why do you girls like us guys? I mean, you're happy we're here. You walk in. I've never been to Thailand or the Philippines, but I guess you walk into a restaurant or a bar and the Thai girls look at you when they smile. Whereas if you walk into a nightclub or a bar here and the American women all look like, what's her name? Brie Larson and Captain Marvel with permanent resting bitch face. And here you guys are, how do I get her to not have permanent resting bitch face and stop being so agitated? Dude, go to the Philippines, go somewhere else. Go where the girls like you. Who cares why? She just doesn't like it. They don't, culturally speaking, they don't like you. Okay, fine. It's not my job to figure it out or ask why. I get it. You don't like men, fine. We'll leave. But you find more gals being receptive to you, though. Correct. Hatton Clogs, $2. Happy Thanksgiving, Cappy. Say it. Love and peace. Lincoln with Naz, our poor buddy whose wife ran off with the 25-year-old minimum wage worker. Tinder my age is all big girls for young or sugar daddy. Yeah, Naz, you must be relatively new to the world here. Our little sphere. I don't mean the world. I'm not saying you're naive. You just knew. I would get the Rational Male with Roll Tomasi. Start there and read that. I take that back. Go get my book. Not that my book is any better. Get the book of numbers so you know what numbers you're dealing with here in the United States. It's a shorter read than the Rational Male. And Rollo's books are very dense. It's a longer, slower read because he packs a lot of information in there. So get the numbers, get the general concept down. Then I go read the Rational Male. But you should not be online dating, Naz. You don't have the time, man. You do not have the time. You make good money. Just don't waste your time. You have other things to do. If I were to do it all, if I have to go back out in the field, I'm asking girls out in person. I would never do online dating. Eric, $2. How many women have given you a true gut? Oh, it's rare. I get more of a laugh out of my nieces because they're honest. Well, that's not that way. Women have given it very few. Women just aren't that funny. We have different types of humor. And women aren't that funny. They really aren't. Yeah, but a good it happens. It happens. The girls get clever. But I don't have as good a tie like my poker game. The guys, oh man, we get each other good. We get some good laughs going on there. But it's an art for men. Men like to insult each other as an art form. Women like to compliment each other as a way to sabotage and undermine their friends. Lou Dog, $2. Love your stuff, AC. Happy Thanksgiving. Stay warm. I am. Evan Iyer, $2. Guys, get some hobbies. Tired of talking about. Yeah. Look, I only do it because I'm paid. But do you think I talk about women in my free time with my? But no, I go play poker. I go hike. The amount of time, effort, resources, and worry and concern women have cost men over time. Admittedly, at men's nature. It's not women's fault. Men are just physically and sexually attracted to women to almost a psychotic level, I would say. I get it. You want to change. I get it. But after a while, aren't you kind of sick of this shit? Why didn't she text me back? Like, man, especially as you get older, you realize you're going to die. I do not. It's been happening since middle school, right? About 12, 13. Girls, I don't know. Has it been fun? Have you guys enjoyed fighting this battle? You can leave the battle anytime. I'm just telling you to fight it more intelligently. Like, hey, look, let him bring the battle to you. You can't. Have you ever convinced a woman that she should go out with you with words or cufflinks or a shirt? It's gotten that, like, hey, you know what? Maybe she's a human being and she either likes you or not. And then you leave. Do you like me? Cool. Let me know. I'll be here. Oh yeah, because it's not like guys need convincing. Not like we need oh, I don't know if I want to go out with the long hair, blonde with big tits. I don't know. Let me think of. Oh, I don't know. My nephew needs babysitting. My boyfriend just broke up with his girlfriend, and he really needs me, right? Like that. Like, fuck that shit. I'm going bowling. I'm gonna do Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone. I'm gonna go bowling. Oh, Alex Patino, a truck driver Latino agent in the field. $5 for brown Latinos. Passport Bro does not work in Latin America or the Philippines, but Thailand and Eastern Europe. Oh, yeah. Very interesting. So maybe it is. Okay, so let's do this again. For Latinos, Passport Bro does not work in Latin America and Philippines. Okay, because everyone's brown. I'm not trying to be racial. Well, I guess I'm trying to be racial. I'm not trying to be racist. But is it because they just see it's so common? Well, there's brown people all over. You just have a funny accent. You're from across the ocean. That's it. Well, Thailand, they're tan though too. So that throws my theory out of the water. Eastern Europe, that would make sense. Like, oh, you're exotic, you're different. Thailand. Why Thailand? Why the Philippines? Why not the Philippines, but yes, Thailand? I don't know. Well, it serves as a perfect example. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. Stop trying to figure it out. They're not robot. Oh, here I am. So if I'm going to go, I guess I could go to all. I guess I got to avoid Eastern Europe because I've only heard bad shit coming out of Eastern Europe. I've only seen marriage scams and divorces, and I would stay out of Eastern Europe. But I guess I clean up over in Thailand, Latin America, and the Philippines. Monk Ms. 20 generous dollars. Thank you, Monk Ms. That's very kind of you. Hey, Cappy, I'm a black 24-year-old, been making 80,000. There we go. Well, you didn't sit there on the whine and complain train about boo-hoo-hoo, the white man, and I'm going to get my degree in justice studies. I haven't read the rest of this. I'm going to guess you actually did something and worked. Past 2 years living with dad, got an eviction and $20,000 in debt from the person I rented it for trashing the apartment. Well, wait. Okay, I want to know how you made 80 grand. You obviously made some choices that were until you became a plumber or something like that. Been making 80,000 for the past 2 years, living with dad. I got an eviction and 20K debt from a person I rented it for trashing the apartment to escape my dad's house and be successful. Wait. You're living with your dad. I'm help me out, Monk Miz. You're renting from your dad, and your dad's evicting you and says you owe him 20 grand? Been making 8K in the last 20 years. I got an eviction. So you live with your dad. You got an eviction. Did you rent it to someone else? Any advice to escape your dad's house and be successful? Well, if you're making 80 grand, you are successful. And unless you're living in San Francisco, an incredibly expensive place, just go move out. If I understand this correctly, your dad evicted you for trashing the apartment, and now there's a $20,000 fee he wants to charge you. Sounds like you want to escape your dad's house and be successful. Well, I think you got the success part down if you're making 80 grand a year. At 24, that's awesome, dude. You should be telling young people, hey, this is what you got to do to, but yeah, with that kind of, dude, money is freedom. Money is not money. Money is not richness. Money is freedom. You make the money, go get your own apartment, leave. Be successful. You're doing great. I guess, how much more success do you want? Well, 2 billion a year would be nice, I'm sure, but for a 24-year-old making 80 grand a year, you don't need to tolerate this shit anymore, whatever this shit may be. Jane Cobb, $2. Become a truck driver. Case closed. Alex Patino, $5. Just so you know, some people in the Philippines look like they could be from Latin America, and in Thailand, Latino guys do stand out. Okay, so it's still the exotic thing. You still stand out somehow physically. Whatever height has to do with that too. Monk Biz, why don't you just email me at Asshole Consulting, and because you paid $20, I don't want to chintzy on that. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, go to where you don't look the same. That's what you got to do. Go where you're a freak. You walk in, hey, it's me, the guy who doesn't look like any of you. Send me your women and have them touch my peen. I have no personality. I don't even speak your language. Let me impregnate all of your daughters. All right, I'll see you guys later. Toodles.